This is way more than just the best mastermind in the world. Like, what this is really about is giving. You know, when you put rock star entrepreneurs together in a room with the mindset of giving, anything's possible.
Between what's in the room and then the 6 degrees of separation, there's nothing somebody in this room can't help you get.
I don't even know if you can really call yourself an entrepreneur if you're not in a mastermind.
The first event that I was here, you know, I had 20 grand in sales. Now we're trending over $1 million a month in sales easily.
You'll become the 5 people you hang around with in the books you read. How do I hang out with those 5 people that are doing multi-million-dollar deals and doing $100 million deals and doing billion-dollar deals? This is a great place for you to come out and hang around with those 5 people that'll take you to a whole nother level.
A lot of people think, oh, mastermind is, you just slap some people in a room and, everybody hangs out and it's cool. And it's extremely difficult to create value and results for the caliber of human being and member in the board of advisors.
I heard of board of advisors from Kevin Harrington. Max and I have had a business with him the last few years, and he actually invited me to come here one day. So I loved the experience so much, I decided to sign up.
I think you want to feel like you're the small fish in the big pond. I felt that here more than I've ever felt it in any other mastermind.
There are people here that making the millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, and yet they're still missing something. They're still able to come into this room and walk away with something that's incredibly valuable.
There's a lot of people in the room that have substantially successful businesses that they have now or have sold. So to hear feedback from them that's been down the path that I'm on the path to is phenomenal. I don't know of anything like this, where you can go and get really high level feedback from entrepreneurs that are running $2, $10, $20 million businesses, or people that have sold $100 million businesses.
I finally found a spot where I'm not the smartest guy in the room. I feel like I'm the dumbest guy in the room. And I'm on track this year to do $5 million in business. And now, from all the connections that I met with the other leaders and the other partners in this board of advisors, I think I'm gonna do potentially $50 million this year because of the people that I met in this room for the last 2 days.
BOA is a beast. There is nothing like it on earth, and I've been to everything. The first time I ever went, I left there with a new attorney, a job for my dad, a mentor for my sister, a sale of my business for 7 figures, 6 or 7 contracts, well over 6 figures with Kevin Harrington, the Kardashians. I mean, it's just...
You have people that literally just came today and have already made a deal, a real estate deal for one of the biggest projects going on in the state of Georgia.
I didn't come specifically with the fact that I was looking for money or raising money, but because of the relationship that I built with some of the people, I was able to raise over $1 million with just the network around here.
The deal that is about to be made, that's coming out of here, is easily 8 digits. 9 digits potentially.
I met a great guy that we decided to do a deal with and threw a little bit of money at it, and we've had a huge success. We spent $16,000. We wrote $130,646.30 in gross business, with $35,646.30 of that in upfront money. I've already put together, I can't even count, 8 to a dozen deals.
My company has grown, well, we've increased by over 100% in the past 18 months. In size and revenue, in staff, I mean, we've just exploded. We've grown so much. And I can tell you hands down that Board of Advisors has been a huge part of that. I think I'm going to achieve my 10-year goals in 5 years.
If it wasn't for the board of advisors and the partnerships and the people that we have here, we would have never got that record-breaking 6-figure first month.
If I'm a real estate investor and all I'm doing is talking with and mentoring with other real estate investors, then I'm in that little real estate box.
I was involved in another mastermind a couple months prior. And the biggest thing that I like about this one is that these guys are entrepreneurs from all different industries. The mastermind that I was involved in was just one specific industry, and it seemed like we kept saying the same things over the course of a few meetings.
If you are someone who doesn't like to be stuck in a bubble, maybe you're a part of other masterminds, and that mastermind is part of your peer group. They're in the same industry that you're in. That's okay, but it's easy to get stuck in that bubble. What BA does is it provides a very, very diverse set of opinions. It forces you to think outside your bubble. And what we find to happen is that creates kind of a weird congruency. Someone who is in a totally different space giving you advice about a space that is totally different, you get to learn from tangential information. And what's cool about that is that's the most creative people get inspiration from things far outside of the bubble that they're in. That's what BA does, and I don't know of any other group that does that.
I was amazed today, the amount of brick and mortar, real businesses, online businesses, the diversity of people and what they do here. I don't think I've ever seen it in a mastermind before.
There's people in real estate, there's guys that are investors, there's guys at software development, there's guys that are coaches, there's guys from all verticals.
There are high performers, salespeople, marketing people, business owners, small, big business, service, product. It's all out there.
There's business owners that are old, male, female, young.
What's nice about being in this room with the board of advisors is it's not just a marketing group, or it's not just an administrative group. You really get a nice cross blend of folks that really you can sit and learn about every aspect of running a business when you're here.
I thought the name was just a marketing name. The reality is board of advisors is like having a true board of advisors that can look over your business from different multiple angles.
I don't even see this as a mastermind or a networking event. I see this as an extension of my board of advisors.
Hey, Ridgely Goldsboro here, CEO of A View from the Ridge and best-selling author of 16 books. And what I found is that behind every organization that is on the move, there is somebody, one person, who's a powerhouse, somebody who makes it all happen, somebody who dynamically leads that organization to success. And at Board of Advisors, that somebody is Mike Calhoun. Mike Calhoun is an amazing networker, so dynamic, so charismatic, but more importantly, so driven to help the members of Board of Advisors succeed that he is the dynamo that drives the whole thing.
The quality of the people that he puts in this room, and it's not just the quality, he's always trying to match people to help other people in business. So we're constantly feeding off each other. It's like a piranha frenzy in here for ideas. It's like a business incubator tank.
Mike's really deliberate around putting and matching businesses, right? So that there's incredible synergies, partnerships, network expansion, and so forth. So the point is it's on purpose. Everything's on purpose with who's here. Even the order of the presentations is intentional, and it creates really awesome outcomes.
Mike introduced me to someone. He said, I'll take care of it. This morning, I had a voicemail on my phone from Grant Cardone's office wanting to find out about me.
Mike always knows how to go big, so he's first class with everything he does, and I like his style.
Board of Advisors is for the entrepreneur and the business owner who want to take their company to the next level.
I think the perfect demographic for Board of Advisors is an entrepreneur that's had some success, that's also been kicked in the gut, and that has attained some success again.
I think people that have an established business that are really looking to just blow out the doors, that don't want small growth, that are looking for large success and large growth in a short period of time would be really good candidates.
To me, I've been to a lot of networking events over my lifetime, and you always hear the same thing. It's going to be a great event. There's going to be a lot of rich discussion, and it ends up being a cocktail mixer, right? This was the exact opposite.
When I walked in, it was large and in charge. Mike goes big and does it right. He truly does. He really takes the time on an extremely personal level to get to know you, your needs, your wants, and your like to haves. and he really spends time with creating a profile coming into this, so that the people that you have met, you are going to meet, you're really plugged in with before you get here. And that's unlike any other networking forum that I've ever been to. When you come here, the moment you walk into the door, you're immediately plugged in with someone whose domain and industry is very similar to yours and who you need to meet. So that's rare.
I walked in this morning, Pippa had already aligned certain folks that were here from yesterday for us to talk to, because she said, you need to meet this guy, you need to meet this guy. I'm going, you were there for a day.
And that's from Mike.
Mike already set this up and this up and this up, and I'm like, that's just amazing. They don't really even know the whole story behind what we're trying to do, and they've already committed. And that's just, I mean, it's great to see. It's just amazing to see.
Just experiencing the energy in the room and the positivity and the love. And the one thing I was definitely not expecting is how very spiritual the room is, right? There's a lot of faith-based businesses, people who are running nonprofits based on faith. And that part is probably the most impactful for me.
From my first conversation with Mike to meeting Julio and the team to coming here, flying here, having everything taken care of, and just feeling like one of the family immediately, and that's a skill. You know, it's not something that you just wing it.
It's not just, you know, come, sit in a seat and do your own networking. You know, he was lining up conversations for me before I got here.
It's very unique to find a facilitator at an event that does that, because most of the time you're thrown into a room with a bunch of random people and you're left to fend for yourself.
I feel comfortable and I feel accepted from the people here, yet at the same time, I also feel like they're going to speak up and hold my feet to the fire if I'm going down the wrong path, or if they see something that maybe is not making sense or incongruent with what I'm saying, they're going to call me on it. And that's big for me because that's uncomfortable.
You think once you have, you know, a big business that you don't need to work on what's in between your ears, and the harsh reality of it is you need to constantly elevate your game.
I've met some really high-level entrepreneurs, and every time I come to Board of Advisors, it raises my wealth consciousness and my business.
We've been fed here. Our minds have been expanded. You know, we've been transformed in a way that, you know, we can't go back the same.
Being able to share, you know, what our needs are and then get collective feedback was freaking priceless for me. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm sitting beside somebody that I don't know anything about, and then they share what their business is, what their strengths are, and what they'd like some input or feedback about. The feedback starts flowing. My mind is on like cocaine. When my time to share came and I got up, and these people who I already was blown away by were saying, well, have you considered this? And I know a person who can give you help with that. One guy has me taking my existing workflow and monetizing it within the next 90 days at a multiple that is almost going to double the revenue from that division, which is staggering, mind-blowing to me. Another guy is in an affiliate industry, and he said, hey, what you're doing in your industry would work great in this industry. So I have like this top-level shoe-in to an affiliate industry. And then another fella says, oh wow, you are trying to hire people and manage remote staff. Yeah, I do that with 3,000 people, and we have some resources available. And I'm like, holy cow, this has just been like a gold mine for me, and I never would have known that that was the case here.
What's really cool about this group is a lot of them, you know, are listening intently as you're talking, and as you're serving up problems, you know, they're legitimately and sincerely trying to, you know, figure out ways to either connect you with somebody that can help or help you themselves.
I could not afford not to be here. I'm at a particular place in my business where I need some connections to break through a level of resistance that I'm experiencing. And literally the connections that have lined up for me today would take me years to develop the same type of relationships. And it happened in the matter of 20 minutes. I mean, it was amazing.
You have a successful business, you're generating revenue, and you're good at what you do, but if you feel like you're stuck and you want to kind of kick it to the next level, this would be a great place to get feedback and get connections with other people. I've actually heard people in here saying, 2 years ago, I didn't even know if I was going to keep doing this business, not the BA, not my own business.
Now I made a couple little tweaks and I spend more time with my family, I make more money. Everything's become better just from a little bit of help of people in the group.
The energy in the room when they all get together at one time and we do an event like we're doing today, it is rocket fuel to a business. It is otherworldly.
When I first joined Board of Advisors, I was running a marketing company that I was 16 years in. We were successful, making a good amount of money, but I was incredibly unhappy. And everybody in the group really saw that and started pushing me to, instead of growing the business that I currently had that I didn't like, creating more problems, they really coached me on, well, what's next? Maybe this isn't the right business for you. And through this group, I transformed myself and my professional life from a business that I don't like to getting out of that business, getting out of that bad partnership, and creating something new that I'm absolutely in love with.
As a business owner, you can make a pile of money grinding all day, but you also need to invest in yourself and invest in relationships. And that's where the value for me is of BA.
It's absolutely worth the time. I can't stress enough that the feedback that you get, the connections that you make, and the environment is set up in such a great way that you get something from it from start to finish.
Initial compromise for long-term gain. Yes, it takes 2 days, whatever that 2 days is worth to you, and that 48 hours, that's what it's worth to you, but the long-term benefit you get from that, you know, is life-changing in a sense.
I run an 8-figure, $10 million business from my house. So at times, I lack the socialization, I lack the interaction with entrepreneurs that I want to connect with, network with, socialize, bounce ideas off of, and now I have those relationships.
So here's the deal, like I've been in entrepreneurship for like 15 years, I don't know, 15, 20 years, and here's what I know. The worst thing that you can do is do it by yourself. And even if you're a solopreneur, it doesn't mean you have to do it by yourself. The most valuable thing that I've ever done in my business is that I've reached out and I've connected with other people.
Within 24 hours, I feel like this is my brother. You know, just like when I was in the military, that brotherhood where you have each other's backs, it's weird how fast that can culminate.
Board of Advisors is not a networking event. Anybody who thinks it's a networking event is completely missing the boat. It literally is a family, and everybody takes care of everybody else like we all live under the same roof. I didn't step into a mastermind group. I was invited to be part of a family. I've literally been adopted, and my life will never be the same after that.
A Board of Advisors has brought relationships and friendships that aren't about a quarterly meeting. It is literally a year-round experience. The conversations, the texts, the weekends away. This is a family. It's not just a mastermind.
One of the coolest things about here is that the people that I am be able to do some business with in Board of Advisors, they actually become one of my best friends because the relationship, they're such a genuine people. They're people that being around the block. They already make mistakes. They're already being in the trenches. They already have gone through a lot in lives. So there's not people that are pretending something, they're trying to show something to other people. It's real people. So when you meet them and you connect with them, you're talking like you're talking to your family.
I've been here since the second event. I've been here for a while now. I guess I'm a veteran. Board of Advisors is like another family to me. You know, I've done business with a lot of guys in the room. I consider them friends, not just, you know, business associates.
This is actually my first mastermind, but I'm blown away at the family aspect of this because I expected it to just be business, pitch, you know, buy this, do this. And really it's everybody saying, this is who I am and this is who we are, and let's team up and let's change things.
I can genuinely say that, I mean, I have been to many, many events. You know, I speak on international stages, I train people, I travel the world, so I get to meet a lot of people from different countries around the world. The one thing that I've noticed about this Board of Advisors program is just the candid, genuine care that everybody around the room has. They all want to give to you. It's not a take environment, it's very much a give environment. So the investment of time and money for me to get here has definitely been worth the experience.
What I'm really grateful for is just the men and the women who, with this give mindset and philosophy, which I totally resonate with, and being a go-giver, not a go-getter, and just how people, when we come together as like-mindedness, this collective intelligence of like-minded people, where I was very vulnerable and very raw, sharing, what I'm up to in my life and my backstory and where I am today and where I'm going in the future, and how I'd love to have people in the room be of support so we can make a positive difference across the planet.
So the beautiful thing about BA, it's not for everybody. In fact, BA is about people that want to make the world a better place, that have that intention of giving and serving, that are just absolutely incredible. And I think, to me, this is a very special group looking for very specific people that really want to make the world a better place and grow their business.
We're talking about like global change. That's amazing. I mean, I was inspired to give all of my secrets, things that other marketers have been asking me for to make money from. And I haven't felt right about making money from it. I just want to give it. I want to help people. And I was inspired to give that over to someone that is doing it for a bigger cause. Someone that is literally out there to change the world. That's amazing.
If you're at a place where you're looking to find a group where it's family oriented, where it's faith oriented, and you're around a group of people who are truly committed to each other.
The value proposition was so intense that I actually have stopped other masterminds completely and just doing this one. Of all the different masterminds I've attended, all of them have been good. Okay, all of them. And then, but it goes good, great, greater, and greatest. But there's the cream of the crop. And Board of Advisors, in my judgment, estimation, is that it went from good, great, greater. I have not seen anything and that is at this level. So Board of Advisors is definitely significantly above the second best.
How do you get in front of a guy that's created a company that's done $5 billion in sales in the last 5 years? Well, you come to Board of Advisors.